Okay, so I'm back building DonkeyPop again. Uh, I did a couple of things before I hop back on stream. Um, One thing I noticed was that it didn't really make much sense that I was using a requirements file. I thought I was gonna make this a relatively light script, and then I realized like the kind of scale of what it was that I was doing, and I switched to a pip file. So there's now a pip file instead of a requirements file. Um, pip file lock. I switched that in the Docker file as well. Uh, so now instead of copying the requirements file and downloading those packages in the image, it's now all going to run using pipenv. So when I have packages to install, I'm gonna run it with pipenv. In addition to that, what else did I do? Oh yeah, I made a little makefile. So when you initialize this app, once I have it built and you want to run its programs, you can just run make initialize and it'll run all the little Docker steps. And then you can start with the make start. This makefile is probably going to expand out as, I build in a linter. Right now I'm using the IDE's built-in linter. So that stuff is new. I also switched, for the purpose of the stream, to a new microphone. I noticed that I wasn't all that audible. I went back and I listened to the video, and I think the audio quality was kind of poor. So hopefully this is better. I cannot hear myself live. I think that you would get a lot of feedback if these earphones I had were playing my own live audio while I'm sitting here next to the microphone that is recording me. So, the earphones let me hear what's happening in my computer, and they're also noise canceling so that you don't have to deal with a highly distracted me. I live next to a fairly loud street with lots of people happening by. There's a bus stop right outside, so that's lots of fun. Okay, so back to the build of this application. I am doing this to get better at talking about what I'm thinking and what I'm doing as I write code, and also to build something I think might be helpful, trying to figure out how Dems could be better at social media. I'm not exactly good at being popular at things, so the whole charisma and just like instinctive navigation of social media is probably not going to be my strong suit. But I do think I can provide data about what works and what doesn't work within the political space. So what this is going to do is try to collect a bunch of data from Democratic politicians' social media activity and figure out what's more successful, what's less successful, and also get an idea of where some of these folks have a presence and where they don't. So, a lot of these politicians, I don't exactly think are on every social media platform, which to me seems like a bit of a problem to not be on the major ones. Like, I would say that, why not expand your reach into as many platforms as you can and get in contact with as many voters or as many supporters as you possibly could. Sorry, I have a 6-month-old golden retriever doodling around here, and I just poke around to look for him. Okay, he's on my bed. He's chilling. Yeah, he's over there. Okay. Cool. So, right now we have this website here, which is the Democrats' caucus website. Last stream, I poked around that website to see if anywhere in the dev tools I could find a response that, packaged a list of these senators, the links to their websites, this is the Democratic Senate Caucus, and the links to their socials, to see if if that could be easily pulled off this page. But I am finding that is not the case. So it's not a neat, easy to use object, and I will have to probably parse a little bit of HTML to get some of that stuff out of there, which honestly I've never done any parsing of HTML in using Python. I'm used to doing that in a few other languages, so I'm interested to see what packages are available for that. So that's tons of fun. I did decide to build this in Python. I meant to put in the description a link to the repo, because I also created the remote repository there, and I don't know. I don't exactly have any viewers. I'm sort of talking to myself right now. So, who cares if there's a link to the repository in the video? Because, there's no one here to click on it. Okay. So, I have imported the request module here so that we can get that information by calling it in this page. So first thing I'm going to do is make a little function. I'm going to call it get Dem Senate Caucus. Yeah, we're going to do that. Python standard snake case for functions. Pretty sure it is. Snake case for functions. I'm off on the side here Googling that just in case. Google it once, you know for sure, and then yep, snake case for function names. Yeah, all these little conventions. I work in so many languages, across so many projects, that I forget which conventions go with which language. Okie doke. I'm gonna make a little doc string, trying to get in this habit. Look up a list of Senate Democrats so that we know who to retrieve socials for. Okay, I think this is too long a string. Yep, line's just a little too long. Let's return that into this. That doesn't feel right either. Yeah, it feels a little bit better. There's a tab there. Okie doke. I'm displeasing the linter. Okay. There's gonna be, yeah. Okay, okie doke. And we're going request dot get. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this website that I'm gonna grab the Senate Democratic Caucus website. We'll name this response because we are lazy I come up with something creative. No new line at end of file. Line too long. Oh my god, this is going to be maddening. So, your boy has just decided that we are about to yeah, we're about to put my pie, yeah, we're putting my pie in this, so that we can run my pie from the command line. Wait, no, I didn't need to download a linter. Ah, forget it. I can put the linter in the test suite if I make a test suite for this. I want a formatter. Let's see. Which one should I use? Let's see. Should I use black formatter Python? Let's see. There's that gold retriever I was talking about. Here's my sweet, sweet boy. He got tired of watching me work, as he often does, and demanded attention. Oh, you got stinky breath for someone who hates when I brush his teeth. Ooh, the stinkiness. Oh, the stinkiness of that breath. Who's my sweet boy? Who's my sweet, sweet boy? He's still a puppy, so he's still in his bitey boy phase. I correct him a bunch, but you know, he thinks commands are temporary at this stage. We were working on our recall command out in the field earlier today. We had a long leash, and he did so good. He got a lot of treats because he listened when I said, come here. He stopped paying attention to some of his favorite things to come listen to my recall instead. And he's being a good boy. Okay, good boy. Yeah, so we installed the linter, but we're also going to pimp in install black. So we're going to install black. Yep. I don't have any Jupyter notebooks. Can run black as a package if running it as a script doesn't work. To get started right away with sensible defaults, black source file or directory. Okay, I always prefer to read just reading the documentation here. Honestly, I should have set this up before I started streaming, but I just know if I have this set up early on, it is going to be less of a pain in the ass trying to deal with linting every time it's like, hey, too many lines, or hey, your line's too long, or like, hey, where's that new line at the end of your file? Like, hey, what are you doing? There's not enough space between this and the last thing. That's going to be so freaking annoying. So I just go ahead. When I install my linters, I also install formatters. Let's see. Yeesh. These instructions are verbose. installation. Okay, I did that. Successfully installed. To get started right away with sensible defaults, black source file or directory. You can run black as a package if running it as a script doesn't work. Oh, speaking of that puppy, I think I hear him asking to go outside. So I better do that before I get a present on my floor. Be right back. I'm back, and hoping my 0 listeners did not miss me. Let's see. Okay, I'm wondering if I can run it. So it says I can run it as a package, which honestly is my preference. Let's see if there's any quick starts. Python 3 M black. Can I just do dot? No module name black. That's fun. Okay. Oh. Wait. What if I just run black? Am I misreading? I'm just a silly goose. I don't know how to do this. Let's see. Black is already successfully used by many projects, small and big. Black is a comprehensive test suite. Let's find the GitHub repo. Let's see. Let's open up that repository. Jeez, I feel so bad at things. So sound pressing black. We'll check the reformatted code. Okay. I'm in the correct repo. Black code style. Configuration. Huh. Oh, just a sec. Going off. Never left. Okay, so I think running black should be working, but I don't. Black dot, and then we get no command not found, black. Okay, did I not successfully install it? Pip-env install black. pip file. I see black. I see magpie. Okay, what do we have? I should have specified a particular version. I wonder if I wonder if running DonkeyPop. I wonder if let's see. See. Okay. Do I want to do this, or do I just want to parallel run? Let's try this. Oh, I'm just realizing I didn't ignore a bunch of these files. It's probably not great. That's probably not great. Is this reading my pip file? Like, what's going on? Okay. Just realized I installed this package with pipim and not pip. So, yeah. I'm going to create a format make command with that instruction I just gave. Pipim run. It's gonna run black. Can you exclude files on the black run? Exclude when running black. Here we go. We got a put Python to make sure we get. Let's see. Python. Let's put command line. Oof. Jeez. Okay. You can do an exclude flag. Exclude stuff in the root directory by going bang exclude. And then what do I want to exclude? Let's see. just trying to figure out what the syntax is inside of this exclude command. Where are the instructions for how to exclude? Search exclude. Hey boy. Okay, my puppy is upset again. Don't know what it is. Okay, I'm gonna go check on him. Dapple, what's wrong? Okay, I'm back. I'm pretty sure this. I'm pretty sure this just uses regex. Like, oh, wait. Useful for specifying custom include and exclude patterns for your object. Okay, I'm on the GitHub page, and it's giving me the flags, but it's not saying what the flag's format is. Is the flag format like standard regex? Can I just... Oh, why wouldn't you put that in the README? Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm the only one who has these problems. Like I feel like other people just intuitively know that, yeah, of course the flag is in regex. Like I'm the only dev who's like what's the flag in? Okay, we're just gonna assume regex. And we'll do a little slashy slash, and then I can go. Yeah, so we can ignore that get ignore. We can ignore the ignore file. I don't think we need that. I don't think we need that linted. We can ignore our pip files. Pip file. We can ignore pip file dot lock. I don't know if there's automatic like ignores on a lot of this stuff. But it'll just take longer to run if it's digging through. And that's also something that just pops up locally. So it'll just take a lot longer to run if it's always looking for, yep, okay. It is just standard regex. That's easy enough to handle. Library, stubs, not installed for requests. What? What are you complaining about? Python 3 pip install types request for MyPy install types and install all missing stub packages. Okay. Okay, I guess. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness me. Oh. Yeah. It does help when you spell things correctly, so I'm going to go ahead and try and run that again. Hopefully those dependencies load up and I get rid of the little red squiggly line. Okay. I think it wants me to do this through pip. That's gonna annoy me. We're just gonna do this. Sorry, why is my memory so bad? MyPy install types. Here it is. Command not found, MyPy. Okay. Let's try pipenv run MyPy install types. Will that run it? While you figure that out, Mr. Codeman, I am going to look up what we get in the handy dandy request module. For get request. Okay, so oh, is that still running? Yuck. Where is the request module? I know I had it up. Oh, here we go. Okay, so you can return status code, text some JSON, and I don't know if that's imported yet. I'm just going to go ahead and put yes on that installation. Let's go back to this in case it alters the file. Requirements already satisfied. So what are you complaining about? Little squiggly, why won't you go away? So that's super annoying. I'll just ignore that then. It's gonna, perfection thwarted. How would you do this to me? Okay, we're just gonna see what we get if we print out the JSON. JSON. Okay, and we'll get dem Senate caucus. We'll call that, and I'll just call the file before I shove this in main. Well, it doesn't do anything yet. But, let's see. Python 3 get dem Senate. Oh no, Python 3. What am I doing? Get Senate socials list.py. Ooh. Our first error. Fun. Where is this error? JSON decoder, exception value. 1, line 1. I just think this is saying there's not a JSON response type. Expecting value. Oh, yeah. So no JSON. Let's see. Response not text. Let's see if we get text. Let's try this again. Oh, it is in fact in text. Okay. No JSON, it's going to be in text. Alright, so this is the HTML for the Dems Senate Caucus page. And in that HTML is the full list of the Senate Dems who are currently seated. So this is the HTML. Oh dear, what just happened? This is the HTML of this page. It keeps vanishing for reasons that are unclear. But yeah. So that's what's in the terminal. I'm going to drag that over here to my other screen. Okay. So, let's see. Now, what's super annoying about this page is I now have to parse it. And there are so many lines that I'm not even fitting the whole response in the window. So I can't actually see all of the lines that were responded here. So I'm going to look up Python HTML parsers. And I'm going to find some handy-dandy packages for parsing HTML in Python. Let's see if we got any fairly recent ones. Ooh, I've heard of Beautiful Soup. Beautiful Soup Python. I've never used it though. So how does Beautiful Soup work? So you get HTML from Beautiful Soup. Uh-huh. So it represents the doc as a nested data structure. So Beautiful Soup will prettify. It will give you so you can navigate this data structure in Beautiful Soup. Okay, so there's like little neat find all things. This actually looks better. This actually looks a lot better than what I'm used to using, for example, in JavaScript when I scraped. There was a repository called shoot, I can't even remember what it's called. But I used it. Right. Okay. So now we install Beautiful Soup. So we're gonna install Beautiful Soup. Recent version of Debian or Ubuntu Linux. You can install Beautiful Soup with the System Package Manager. Yeah, we won't be doing that. Pip-env install. Beautiful Soup 4. I'll go ahead and do that. Ooh. I wonder what's happening. On the, okay. Doke. Yep, so that's there. So I can now go from BS4 import Beautiful Soup. At least I should be able to. Why are you upset with me? Imported but unused. BS4 could not be resolved. I gotta do something about what's going on with these imports. Like, the linter is upset with me, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing that's so upsetting to it. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go soup equals Beautiful Soup. Okay, so we're gonna turn this into a variable. I'm just going to call it HTML. I'm lazy. Beautiful Soup. We're going to throw the HTML into soup. And save that. I hope that's not a problem down the road. Okay. Okay, so now we have soup. Because we have that, we can now go into the website and we can drop into the developer tools or the page source. Don't really matter which. So I'm in these elements, and what I want is a list of V's. So I'm going to inspect that specifically, and hopefully it quick takes me to whatever element that's in. Okay. Oh my goodness, isn't that convenient? They have a class called membership list. And I just want the name. Okay, so member box, name. Oh, here we go. So member box name gives us a bunch of neat little elements. Okay, so how does this work? Let's see. Inside of the soup object, when you call a soup function, does the find all class let's see if the find all class is super useful. Okay, so I'm gonna go soup. I'm gonna print this out so I can see it. Print soup dot find find all, and then back in our elements we have member box name. So we got this handy dandy class, but I am wondering if the class has to be represented in kind of like a CSS nature. Do I go dot member box name to get the find all, or let's see. I think I called this a couple methods ago, so I can just up tab on 3. Yeah, let's see. No module name BS4. I need to make pip file. Make pip run more cooperatively with this. Pip file. Is this a pip problem? Do I need to? This is managed in pip env. Do I have to, let's see, pipenv. You know, it's funny. I set this stuff up so rarely. You know, it's like you set up a project once a blue moon, and then you have everything sort of set up and automated to the point where you just aren't really thinking about it anymore. So remembering how this stuff works and yeah, it's just I always forget. Because I usually just have like a little Docker command up on my screen somewhere. I have it stashed away in the makefile, and then I forget like all the little intricacies of how you get things to not complain when you run something. Get Senate socials list dot py. Let's see. The code that caused this warning is on line 17. To get rid of this warning, pass an additional argument. Features HTML. Features equals HTML.parser to the beautiful soup constructor. Okay, I'm getting a response. Guest at parser warning. No parser was explicitly specified, so I'm using the best available HTML parser for this system, HTML.parser. This isn't usually a problem, but if you run this code on another system or in a different virtual environment, It may use a different parser. Fair enough. Let's see. 917. Parser equals HTML dot parser. Is that what you want? So you do that. I don't have a. Okay, I also think it wasn't. How do you search by class? Oh yeah, duh, it has no. Duh. What am I doing? HTML is a variable in my code. An unexpected keyword argument. Huh. Okay. Back to the documentation. Let's see. Got an unexpected keyword argument. Oh. Oh, we don't do a keyword here. Okay. HTML.parser. Okay. So I should get rid of that error, but I still think I'll get a... Yep. Okay, getting an empty... Okay, so... Getting an empty list. Let's see. HTML... Okay, find by class name. Beautiful soup. Okay, we can find elements by class name. Find all. Okay. What is the tag then? Okay, so back in here, the tag is, it's a div, and we want to look for the class, and we okay, so dot find all, so we want a div, and class, documentation. I always have the doc like open right up next to my face as I'm using anything especially new. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you go tag name. Okay, we can go tag ATTRs. I think it should be able to look by attribute by the class name directly. I don't think I should have to search all ATTRs on. Is it called class? Is it called class? Class. Oh, class underscore equals. Okay. Underscore equals. And that is why we didn't have to worry about that's why we didn't have to worry about that's why we didn't have to worry about the dot format, the dot notation. Okay. Here we go. All right. So now we have the full list of all the senators' names. Isn't this fun? Starting with a very annoying member box name div that... Oh, no. Okay, it just says senator for some reason, so that's just extra shit in there. Okay, so we can get rid of that print statement. So, for, should I do a listen comprehension? F that. For senator in soup.find all, I want to learn how to spell senate or, okay, for senator for soup.find all. We can then look at, I think you can actually get into each of these. So print senator dot I think we can do another find all. Senator dot find all LOL span. I can go ahead and print that out. Why is there a space there? What am I doing? Yeah, it's always super annoying dealing with the new parser, because finding the, like, using the ins and outs of it is yeah, it's a little bit of a learning curve. It doesn't take super long, but okay. So I got the span as a list. I need to figure out how to get the elements. Can I just do the text, is what I'm wondering. So I do the find all, and I'm wondering if I could do just like at the end of this dot text dot href dot dot whatever, and yeah, because I don't really know. Yeah, why not just try it? Let's see. Span dot text. Let's see if that's just a thing on here. If it breaks, it breaks. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I just want the text from... I just want the text. I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head. My intuition didn't give me the answer. So you can search by text, but how do I just get the text? You can insert stuff. Oh, let's see. I think there's a get text method here. Dot get text. I think that's there's a method that can be called. But I'm looking up a list. Okay, so what if I just drop the list part and see what I get? Like, what happens then? Do I get anything vaguely interesting? Okay, we do get a list. Okay, we don't get a list, but we get... Yeesh. Yeah. Yeah, this calls for a list comprehension. So we're gonna throw you senator.getText. Let's see. Let me just think of the. I just gotta think through how this. Okay, so this is gonna be a name. Name dot get text for senator dot find all span and I think no for name in senator dot find all text if name dot get text not equal to, is that the correct negation? That get text not equal to senator. This saw me line too long. Okay. So that did not eliminate what I was hoping it would. Okay, we're going to modify that. Get text not equal to. Wait, what am I doing? If. Oh, no. Put that back. If senator not in name.getText. Okay, let's see if we can get the senator's name list. Okay, so we have a list of all of the Democratic senators in the Democratic Senate. Cool. So, I think the first step, we're well on our way to working. Yeah, so you watch me write a grand total of 20 lines of code. Maybe even more when I'm done formatting. Let's see, make format. Let's see if I get, 28 lines of code. Okie doke. Cool. I've got, after this, what am I doing printing this? What is the purpose of that? Oh yeah, just so I could see to make sure it worked. But this is just supposed to be a variable. Okay. You can come back in. Make sure I don't get any indentation error. Senator list. We'll do that. Senator name list. Okie doke. Start a little dict. First name. Senator name list. 0. And then we'll do last name. Senator name list 1. We don't have any weird edge cases, do we? No double names, no hyphens. Okay, we got Van Hollen, Cortez Masto, Blunt Rochester, but that's perfectly fine. Cool. So we can name this Senator name dict. Set that equal to. Okay, then I'll go out here. Senator. Set my senator list equal to that. Then I'll push this to name dict. Save. Okay, that's really annoying. Just fix that for me. Okay, better. Cool. Okay. And then we can return. Wait, do I have to wait? I'm not in JavaScript right now. Oh my gosh, that was dumb. And also, like, I would have had to await the request if I was in Java. Like, return. Oh, geez. I'm in React a bunch at work. So, forgive me for dropping in. Okie doke. So I can print this out. And it should. Oh no, I just ran the formatter again. Harmless, but why? Okay. There it is. A list of all the senators' names in neat dictionaries. All from scraping the Senate Democratic Caucus's website. So we got it from the most official of official sources, so we know it's right. We have every senator who we are going to be looking up. So I noticed on the last stream that a very simple pattern was followed for Blue Sky, which I will share if I can find what I did with the window. Let's see. Okay, so let's look at Angela Alsobrook. Brooks, plural. I always get that wrong. Senator. So this is actually my senator. So if you look, Blue Sky is very, very convenient in that the Blue Sky account is bluesky.app/profile/. /lastname.senate.gov. So that should be really, really helpful for getting information for Blue Sky. Now, the weird thing about Blue Sky, so I know this is public, but I kind of don't know if it would make me log in, like if Blue Sky is like super heavy on the security. Why not find out, right? Like, why not find out? Okay, so we can go, let's see, response equals request.get, all this stuff. Oh no. So that's going to be a response. And we can print out response.text. And we can see if Blue Sky will be kind to us. I very highly doubt it. I think I need to. Oh, I did that wrong. Let's see. I think I need to actually look up their API and hello humans API docs at proto.com. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to access this through an API or through a convenient SDK if they have one. I don't think I'm doing anything unwanted here, so, you know, I'm just testing it out, seeing if, yeah, there is a profile description here. Yeah, there's a profile description here. So I don't think that I don't think I'm getting into anything messy by just tapping this. Yeah. So the use of the request object is probably going to be limited to just getting the senators' names. Yeah. I think that I am also going to have to get the House members' names as well. So look up a list of Senate Democrats, a list of dictionaries of Senate Democrats, Let's improve this doc string. First and last names. Okay, we're going to do that. First and last names. So that we know. So that we know who to retrieve socials for. Okay, so I'm probably going to have to repeat this process for House Democrats as well, but, you know, once you have the names, you can sort of just build everything, because now I have a list of names to test on. I'm just going to see if there is a similar dims.gov. Oh yeah, there's a similar house page with just boatloads and boatloads and boatloads and boatloads of names. Okay, so, I mean, honestly, I could probably use this method and, like, I'm looking at the house page, and it kind of looks similar to the Senate Dems page. Like, they hired the same company. Like, let's see. Inspect. So the house page is this. Right? Like, doesn't it look just like the Senate page? Okay, so we're gonna see. Oh no, there's some differences. Okay. Okay, Shamari figures from Alabama 2. Let's see. Please let me be lazy. I don't want to have to write custom code. Oh no, I can't reuse the method. So the class does not separate the names the way, oh, but the house page includes, like, the socials already, like, neatly bundled for you. I'm wondering why none of these have TikToks. I see no TikToks on any of these socials. I see no Twitch. I see no Discord. I'm just wondering, are we maximizing our outreach ability over here? I mean, Flickr. That's a surprise. Okay. I guess Terry Sewell's on Flickr. But yeah, I just feel like this should be a little bit more ubiquitous. You know, like, you have a staff, you have an entire campaign you ran, and I just expect some of these guys to be on as many socials as possible so that we don't miss outreach opportunities. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to do another method because the parsing is a little different for this. But in the meantime, I think the next steps are going to involve getting into the Blue Sky API. And do I want to work through the Blue Sky API, or does Blue Sky have handy dandy SDKs that I'd much rather have to deal with? Okay, so I'm seeing some NPX. So that's going to be TypeScript. Let's see. Blue Sky SDK Python. Okay, we got some get started. What is all this, you know, one thing I hate now is that when you go to search, all this, like, AI goopiness just pops up and it's, like, in the way. I'm trying to read some documentation. Okay. Yeah, you got a bunch of variables, Blue Sky documentation. Okay, so, my goodness, I think I would have to bore the daylights out of everyone in reading through all this. Oh, geez. Yeah. I wonder if they're cool with me making bots. if they are cool with it, I'll just use a bot and go in and I'll read some of these profiles using yeah, I'll go in and read some of these profiles and get some of the information on the post um, from from using the bots if Blue Sky's cool with it. But I don't want to violate any terms of service. I'm not trying to be sneaky or anything. So I got a lot of reading to do on how to properly do this so that Blue Sky doesn't get mad at me. And then I have to do that for each of these socials. So I think I'm going to start with Blue Sky. I'm going to start with Blue Sky because, one, I don't think, I might be wrong about this, but I don't think Blue Sky allows for political ads. So it means that it's a platform where we can see raw effects of politicians' skillfulness at operating in social media. It's not just like a bunch of paid for ads that, you know, I don't know about everyone else, but when I'm on socials and I see something as sponsored content, I usually keep scrolling. I'm not like, ooh, sponsored content. So I think part of like what like Zoran Mamdani did so well was it was more organic content that was very much in the style of TikTok, and therefore Instagram Reels, which was biting off of TikTok. Um, so I think that I like Blue Sky allows you to do that. Allows you to look into how politicians are navigating socials. Um, in addition to looking at how the politicians are navigating the socials, um, Blue Sky is also just kind of, I think, a simpler platform. It's I don't have to figure out what's going on with any videos and figure out what the interface looks like, or like the advertising models and what the incentives are to figure out if any of that is messing around with some of the data outcomes once we start getting into the numbers. So I think I'm going to start with Blue Sky. Um, it might not be the most valuable platform to know the numbers about, quite frankly. Maybe in 2025, big 2025, that would be TikTok. But TikTok's actually a social I am not on, nor have I ever been on. So I know the least about that one. Whereas Blue Sky I've poked around on just a smidge. Um, so I'm gonna start here. Uh, yeah, I'm very interested in seeing like what kind of data we can get out of this. Um, I am curious as to whether or not uh, Blue Sky welcomes scraping and research and that kind of thing. I'm curious about that with respect to all of these platforms. I hope that a lot of these have very. I hope that a lot of these have very accessible stuff. I don't want to some places might restrict how much information you can get, and that would be unfortunate. But I don't want to I don't want to build any workarounds, even though I know how to do that kind of stuff. Um, don't ask me how. So even if they're building countermeasures, I could still get it. But I kind of want to be very open about this. So I won't be doing that. Um, oh yeah, and I do. You always want to. Okay. Did we update the get ignore? Oh no, the get ignore was already updated. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna add that. Get status. Okay, get commit. We're gonna commit in. Yeah. You know what? Let's see. Let's get restore. You must specify paths. Oh, I can't. Can I get restore everything? Huh. Wait, will this roll it back? Why do I not remember this command off the top of my head? I gotta. Okay, we're back. We're back. Okay, I'm gonna actually be a good dev, and I'm going to add commits for. Okay, updating the make file with format commands. Oh, okay, I thought this thing was having a problem. Git add bit file. Wait. Pip file lock. Good. I'm gonna say adding question full soup to packages status. Ignore. Status get add all get commit, and then we're gonna do a message of Senate Dems. Names. Okay. That's on stage. Get push for commits. Okay. Good habits. Those kinds of things make the code reviews easier because people can review them commit by commit. Okay, so when I come back next time, I haven't decided which one I'm going to do yet, but I am either going to create another method that gets the house caucus from that identical page, or I am going to start poking around in the Blue Sky SDK. Might be a little while before I do another stream because I have to go house/dog sit for my parents tomorrow. So I will not be in front of my equipment. But yeah, this has been fun. Okay.